You're about to head out on a cruise vacation and you're wondering, what do I even wear? If you're interested in being one of the best dressed cruisers on your next cruise vacation, keep watching because I have some fun tips and tricks that you'll definitely want to know. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you decided to click on today's video. My name is Jessica. I typically share videos about fashion and travel, so if you enjoy videos like that or the intersection of those two things, then you might consider hitting that subscribe button. I literally just put the finishing touches on my suitcase for my upcoming cruise, and so I figured what a better time than to sort of give my input on what I think is good to pack clothing wise for a cruise. These are gonna be sort of general cruise attire tips, but note, like, it's geared more toward cruises that go to a more warm destination, so think the Caribbean or the Mediterranean. I personally have never been on an Alaska or an Antarctica cruise, like a cold weather cruise, so I will not speak to that. Perhaps I'm sure there are other videos out there on YouTube that can help you in that department. As a general rule, one of the things I would say to do before you go on your cruise is to do a little investigation on the cruise that you're going on. What is the cruise line? What kind of cruise is it? Figure out what that cruise is, different dress codes and guidelines are for how to dress. Every cruise that you go on is probably going to have certain restaurants or certain nights of the week where they may ask you to dress up a little bit more than your normal casual vacation attire. So it's really good to just get a sense of that for the particular cruise that you're going on. If you're unsure of what to wear, my sort of general rule of thumb always anywhere in life is it's always better to be a little overdressed than underdressed. I usually am the most dressed up person in the room, and I have no problem with that because I like to look good. It makes me feel good. Of course, you are on vacation, so it's also good to prioritize comfort. So I think finding pieces that make you look great but also are comfortable, that is where you want to find the sweet spot. Now, if you are somebody who likes to have fun new stuff for their vacation and you don't really want to go out and spend a whole bunch of money buying new stuff that you might not wear again, definitely check out clothing rental services. My favorites are Runway and Nuuly. These are amazing. I use them every time I go on a trip because it is really fun to have something new to wear when you're on your vacation, and especially for certain destinations, maybe you want something that has a little bit more flavor and flair to it. So that's why I really love just renting things. That way I have something fresh, but I didn't go buy something that maybe I'll only wear a couple times. Specifically for Nuuly, if you want to check them out, I'll put the link to them down in the description box. If you click that link, you'll get $10 off your first Nuuly subscription. Another thing is to definitely check the weather before you leave on your cruise. You never know how the weather's going to be. Of course, you want it to be sunny and beautiful weather, but it doesn't always pan out that way, especially if you're going somewhere that's a tropical destination. A lot of times these places can have scattered showers throughout the day, and so you just want to make sure that you're prepared. On a couple cruises that I've been on, I have not been prepared. Yeah. The weather seems like it's turning a little bit south. I think it's supposed to rain. You know, we were supposed to meet up with some friends for dinner in Con later. I'm gonna see what the weather does. Definitely didn't bring anything for rain, so. Almost got stuck on the boat because it started raining and we didn't have an umbrella. The ship doesn't sell any umbrellas in the shop, which is kind of crazy. And they also don't have any umbrellas to like loan out to people. So it was kind of like, okay, well, do we just go out in the pouring rain and run around until we find like a little shop that sells an umbrella? Or do we just stay on board the ship now and just kind of eat here? Luckily for us, the rain subsided in time for us to go out, but it's just good to be prepared. There was another time we went to the Caribbean and we were touring the Mayan ruins in Costa Maya, and it was like scattered showers all throughout the day. It would be like sunny one minute and then it would start raining 10 minutes later. And I didn't have an umbrella and I was wearing a white dress. Now it's pouring again. So yeah, it's pouring and we're just standing here waiting for it to hopefully stop because my outfit's definitely not what you want to wear when it's rain. Pouring rain. The forecast said it was going to be sunny today, so whoops. Probably not the smartest wardrobe choice. Am I right? You want to make sure that you are prepared for the week or 2 weeks or however long your cruise is for the weather forecast. Knowing that, looking it up like a couple days before you leave is always a really good thing to do. Okay, let's get into more specific wardrobe pieces that you're definitely going to want to pack for your cruise. Number one has to be swimwear. You're probably going to be spending a good amount of time at the pool, on board the ship, or in the hot tub. Maybe you want to go check out the spa. And then probably if you're in a Caribbean or Mediterranean cruise, you're going to be stopping at ports that have beautiful beaches that you may want to go check out. So swimwear is like a definite must. If you're going on a week-long cruise, I would suggest to have at least 3 different swimsuits, although You know, I love to have variety, so sometimes I have more. I mean, they're small. They weigh almost nothing and they take up not very much room in your suitcase. I might have a couple more than 3 when I go on my trips, but having some fun swimwear that you love is so key. Some of the places that I love to get swimwear, one is a website called Everything But Water, and I know some malls, they have like a brick and mortar store in, which is amazing, but they sell really high quality swimwear. It is a little bit more on the expensive side, but the swimwear that I've gotten from there really lasts so well. This red one that I got last year, which I think is still in stock, I'll link to it in the description box if you're interested. It's such a good suit. It's very flattering, it's comfortable, it's classic, and they do have like a bigger like D size cup size for this, which is so great because when you have a larger chest, finding swimwear that's actually supportive is really hard. Along that line, if you do have a larger chest and you struggle to find good swimwear that actually just fits well and supports you, if you have never checked out ASOS's swim section, they have a whole section that's called like a fuller bust, I believe, and they have so many cute styles in there that are like bra sizing, but also like has an underwire, are supportive, and they're also stylish and fun at the same time. You should definitely check that out at the beginning of the season when they start selling swimwear, because I do find as the summer goes on, their swimwear gets really picked over. Aerie is another place that I love to go for affordable swimwear that's made well, that's really cute and flattering as well. Along the same vein, you're definitely going to want to bring some swim cover-ups with you because of course, when you're at the pool, it's fine to be in your swimsuit, but then if you want to leave and go to the buffet, go back to your room, go do anything else on board the ship, you really should not be walking around in just your swimsuit. It's kind of rude, like no one wants to see that if they're not at the pool. And also in a lot of places on the ship, they'll probably turn you away or tell you that you need to go back to your room and put some clothes on. So having a cute cover-up really is so key. Some of the ones that I've seen recently are adorable on Amazon. Specifically, they have these crochet sort of open knit like dress type cover-ups that are super cute. They're kind of open knit enough so that you can see the swimsuit vaguely, but not crazy. So it's actually a really cute like dress and look. I've definitely worn this getup while lounging around on the dock house at Virgin Voyages, and it just makes a cute outfit for like a sea day when you're just chilling. Another great option is a shirt dress. I just got this one from this brand called Keats, which is an amazing brand for affordable, like quiet luxury, just really well-made staple basic pieces. But this one is a linen shirt dress and it makes a fantastic swimsuit cover-up. They have them in multiple colors. But the thing that I really appreciate about this piece in particular is the fact that you can also just wear it as a dress. I brought a belt with me, and so you just belt it and suddenly it's a dress that you could wear around the ship during the day, or you could wear it out when you stop at ports, and it looks really chic and sophisticated. I mean, you really can't go wrong with a shirt dress. They are very, very classic. So of course I will link all of this down in the description box if you're interested in checking it out. Another really cute idea for swim cover-ups are these sets that I've seen lately where it's a collared button-down shirt that has matching shorts that come with it. Again, this is a super easy swimsuit cover-up option because you just pull the shorts on and throw the shirt over the top and you're good to go. You can walk around the ship, you can get off the ship. If you're going to somewhere that has a beach, you're dressed for the beach, but you're also dressed in case you want to leave the beach and go to a restaurant, go shopping. You're prepared for all the port situations that you could find yourself in. The other bonus of these is because they're separates, you can break them apart. You could wear the shirt with like different pants or skirt that you brought with you, and likewise you can wear the shorts with a different top. So they provide more variety of different outfits so that you don't have to pack as much clothes, but you still get like lots of different outfit options going on. You're definitely going to want to bring a light sweater or jacket. Even if you're going somewhere and you know it's going to be really warm the whole time and you're just like, I don't know, I don't think I need that. Think about this. You're going to be on board the ship. They're going to have the AC cranking. I know sometimes you're indoors some places and the AC is just so powerful. It's cold, and so you want something to throw on to feel a little bit more comfortable and not like you're freezing. So it is really good in that situation. Also at nighttime when you're out on the ocean or in the open waters, it can be very windy and it can cool down considerably more than you might think. So in cases where you find yourself out on the deck at night, you also may be really glad that you brought a light jacket or sweater with you. Some of the ports, maybe there's a day where it's a little bit chillier and you just weren't anticipating it. So just being prepared and having that light jacket, it can't hurt, right? Another item you might want to bring is a light scarf or pashmina. This also goes along with the previous idea of having some sort of layer to help you not freeze in certain situations or be prepared for cooler temperatures that you might not have anticipated. But the other way that a light scarf could really come in handy is, let's say you're doing a cruise throughout Italy, you get off in a port and you want to go check out a church, but you're wearing a spaghetti strap dress. Well, depending on the church and how strict they are, they may not let you in like this.
It's like that might work better.
Okay.
Maybe you should wear that and go,
I guess
shame.
I guess I should just put that on. Well, at least it goes with my outfit.
There you go.
A lot of times in churches in Europe, they do require that women cover their shoulders and their legs down to their knees to come into the church. It's just a respect thing. And you would hate to miss out on seeing the interior of a beautiful church just because you weren't dressed right, right? Likewise, maybe you're in a port where there might be like a mosque that you might want to go see. Obviously, you're going to need, you know, proper clothes for that, but you're also, if you're a woman, going to need a scarf to cover your head. So just having a light scarf, I think, is a great option so that you have that extra little layer for when you might get chilly, and then you also have a means by which you can respectfully enter some of these religious sites you might want to check out. Jewelry. I always bring so much jewelry when I go on any trip, and a cruise is no exception. Jewelry and accessories really just offset your outfit and make it look even more special and more unique, like you really put some thought into your outfit. A lot of times when I go on a cruise, though, I like to specifically bring jewelry that sort of evokes like an ocean or nautical theme. So I have some earrings that have like shells incorporated into them, or like freshwater pearl elements. Just anything that sort of looks kind of beachy and oceany is something that I definitely grab when I go on a cruise. But again, bring what you like. And some people don't like wearing jewelry, so it's not really a requirement, but just my suggestion. And if you have anything that has like any sort of ocean motif, it's like extra bonus points in my opinion. So definitely want to bring a sun hat with you. I always have a sun hat with me anywhere I travel because I just want to keep the sun completely off my face. It's very important to me to protect my skin so that I keep those wrinkles at bay as long as possible. Obviously, sunscreen is a huge component of that. But I like to bring one of these like round straw brim hats with me usually because I think they're really cute and they just go with any outfit. But there's also a couple other options that I really like. So I have another hat that is from Amazon that's incredible for travel because it's basically like a wide straw brimmed visor that you can just roll up onto itself and then throw it in your suitcase. So you don't have to worry about it getting bent out of shape when you're traveling, and it's really compact in your suitcase, or you can throw it in your tote bag when you're, you know, getting off of a port so that you have a hat in case you might need one. The other thing I really like about that hat is the fact that it's open on the top. So a lot of times I personally feel like I get really hot when my hair's down, and if I'm wearing a typical hat, I feel like I have to wear my hair down because it's hard to like pull it up when you have a big brim. But with this, I can pile it up on top of my head in a messy bun or in a ponytail. I can get my hair off the back of my neck, so to speak, so it can have some room to breathe, but I can also be protecting my face and providing myself some shade. I also really like to bring a baseball hat with me when I go on a cruise, just because they're easy to throw on. And a lot of times, like especially on Virgin voyages, they have that track that goes around the top of the ship. There's no shade up there. So if I want to go up and walk, a baseball hat is definitely what I want for that, so I can keep the sun off my face, give myself some shade. But then also when you go to port, you may want to do some excursions that are like a little bit more active and sporty, like maybe go kayaking or go hiking. There's a ton of different things that are outdoorsy that I feel like you would want to have a hat on for, something that's going to stay on your head that you're not going to risk blowing off like a wide straw brim hat would. Sunglasses. I mean, duh. The sun's going to be everywhere, hopefully. I hope that for you. If it's raining the whole time, that would be a bummer. So bring sunglasses because it's going to be bright. I usually bring at least 4 pairs with me just because I like to bring different styles to go with different outfits. And if you're like me and you like to bring multiple pairs of sunglasses, I got this sort of sunglasses organizer on Amazon, and it is so clutch whenever I travel, not just on a cruise, just any trip in general, because it sort of folds up on itself like a hexagon, but then when you open it up, all of your glasses are just in the little holder, and then it has the little loop on top, so you can hang it on the wall. If you're in a hotel room, you could hang it from a hook, or if you're on a cruise, which is what this video is about, you could get some magnetic hooks from Amazon, which I'll also link those down below, because pro tip in case you didn't know, cruise ship walls are made of metal, and you can get these little hooks that just have a really strong magnetic pull. They stay on the wall really well, and they actually can hold some weight. So I'll put those on our wall. I'll hang my hats on those, and then I also hang my little sunglasses holder, so like my sunglasses are just hanging there. I can see them, and I just grab them and change them out as necessary. You may want to bring some gym clothes with you because maybe you're a person who likes to work out. Cruise ships usually have amazing gyms, and typically a lot of times really great group workout classes that you may want to be able to participate in. So if you are someone who likes to stay active and do like a more intense workout, then definitely don't leave behind your sneakers and your workout gear. Now getting into more like general like outfit tips and like rules of thumb, I would say you need a couple different categories of outfits when you go on a cruise. The first one is obviously casual and comfortable outfits. So this is what you would wear during the day when you're hanging out on board the ship, or when you're going out into the port and exploring. Clothes that just feel comfortable, they look good, and they're not too fussy. So definitely at least one pair of shorts is super key. I would say if you're going to like a Caribbean cruise, maybe a pair of jean shorts is great. If you're going on a Mediterranean cruise, consider swapping out the jean shorts for like some tailored shorts. I just find in Europe, people tend to be a little bit more dressed up, and I really never see Europeans wearing jean shorts all that much. They wear a lot more like smart casual type of clothes, so a good pair of tailored shorts will help you blend in a little bit more seamlessly over there. I love this pair that I have from Abercrombie. They're absolutely amazing. Highly recommend them. Pack some t-shirts, some tank tops, maybe a couple button-down blouses, maybe some fun like statement blouses that are like a little bit more visually interesting. Whenever I go on a cruise, I always bring a ton of sundresses because personally I feel a lot more comfortable in sundresses, and I think they're just a really easy outfit to just throw on and you automatically look put together and you look great. So that is my easy lazy girl hack for looking good on a cruise. Just bring a bunch of sundresses if that's something that you feel comfortable wearing. You'll also need some dinner smart casual attire. So a lot of times on different cruise ships, they will have specialty dining restaurants in which they may have a dress code that's a little bit more elevated than just your daytime casual wear. So think for this, like, what would you wear when you go out to a nicer restaurant where you're from? Not like super fancy, but nicer, right? So for women, I would say like a nicer dress. You could wear a skirt with a cute top and some cute shoes. You could wear some nicer jeans that are not really ripped up, like a more uniform wash jean with a nice blouse. Guys definitely wear longer pants. And again, if you want to do jeans, just make sure they're like more of a dark uniform wash, not like super distressed with a bunch of distressing and holes in them, with like maybe a button-up collared shirt. Could be long or short sleeved, whatever you prefer. Or just like a nicer top. For women, just leave the flip-flops in your cabin. Opt for a sandal that just feels a little bit more elevated, a pair of heels even if you wanted to, or a nice pair of flats. And for guys, you could do like a nice pair of sneakers or a pair of loafers, also taking into consideration that you're going to be somewhere summery, so you're probably not going to want to bring like, you know, boots or anything. So just think like nicer footwear that you would wear on a nice night out in the summertime. The third type of outfit that you may need for your cruise, depending on what cruise you're going on, is a formal night attire. Lots of cruise lines will have at least one formal or elegant or captain's night. They call them different things, but it all basically means the same thing. They want you to get dressed up. So for women, I've seen women go all out on formal nights, wearing like sequined gowns, you know, really fun cocktail dresses, just going to the nines. And for guys, I've seen them wear suits and ties. Even I've seen people wear tuxes before, which I think is a little bit too much, but you know what? You do you, because I feel like any excuse that I have to get dressed up, I am going to do it. I love getting dressed up, and I truly feel like society needs more instances for adults to like get dressed up and look fancy. Option for formal night, if you're not really into wearing a full-length gown, you could wear a fun cocktail dress. Just think like dresses that are fun, that have like a fun element to them. Like if they have sequins, if it's velvet, satin, just fun, festive, and party like appropriate. Alternatively, you could wear a suit if you're like a woman and you don't really love wearing dresses. Like a nice matching crisp suit looks really good. One time on Virgin, I wore this like matching sequin suit, which was super fun. It went over very well. I got so many compliments in that. So just have fun with it, express your own personal style, and people will love it. Virgin is a little different. If you're going on a Virgin cruise, which I've been on 2, I'm about to go on my 3rd, they do not have a formal night. And in general, the vibe of Virgin is very relaxed and casual and chill. It's a very come as you are sort of attitude. But they do have something called Scarlet Night, which is not a formal night, but it is an amazing night on the ship. I don't want to give too much away about it, but when you are on the ship, they do encourage you to wear red on that night. And it's just a huge party, so it's really fun to wear red. I've worn all kinds of different things. I've worn like a red sundress. I've worn like a full-length like red gown when I felt like really doing it up last time. And I was with like 4 of my other girlfriends who we all just love to get dressed up. We're all fashion bloggers, so we all just brought it to the nines. Were we the most dressed up people on the ship? Probably. But you know what? Nobody really bats an eye or cares on Virgin because it does have that sort of like be you, do you kind of ethos to like their whole brand, which I really, really like. So we had a great time. I had a wardrobe change that night because this is another Virgin tip, but if you're on Virgin, you might want to bring something red that you don't mind jumping in the pool in, because jumping in the pool with your clothes on Scarlet Night is a lot of fun and I highly recommend it. Another fun thing to do when thinking about putting together your outfits is sort of think about where your cruise is taking you. Are you going to the Mediterranean? Are you going to Europe? Or are you going to the Caribbean? If you're going to the Caribbean, likely your port stops are going to be very tropical. So I would think about embracing that vibe when I'm thinking of putting together my outfit. So really bright, fun, colorful patterns and prints, just fun, funky color combinations, having fun with that aspect. And then if you're going to the Mediterranean, consider that you're going to be getting off on ports in Europe. So people in Europe do tend to dress up a little bit more than we do in the US. The US is a very, very casual culture, whereas in Europe they tend to dress up more. So thinking about putting together outfits that are a little bit more chic, more smart casual, more like crisp and stylish for if you're going to be in the Mediterranean. You're going to be on a cruise ship. So I like to sort of bring outfits that have a nod to like a nautical theme. So stripes, blazers. I have this really cute hat, which is from a brand called Lack of Color, which I think this is such a cute little like nod to like a captain's hat that I bring usually on the cruises with me. I even had like a literal like captain's hat that I brought one time. Yeah, just kind of embracing the vibe of where you're going to be. And if you have anything that's sort of like nautical, sort of going with that sort of theme, I think is fun. Now let's talk shoes. When you're on a cruise, you absolutely will want to pack a pair of slides for the pool, and you may want a pair that is waterproof, that can get wet and get in the water. And the reason for this is depending on what cruise you're doing, especially if you're going in the Mediterranean, there may be some ports where you go to the beach and the beaches are not sandy beaches, they're like little pebble beaches. And I experienced this for the first time years ago when we were in the Amalfi Coast. It doesn't feel good on your feet to just step on that barefoot. So you're definitely going to want to have a pair of like slide sandals that you don't mind walking in the water with, so that you can actually enjoy the beach and not constantly just like feeling pain with every step. Having a good pair of slides in general that you can slip on and off to go to the pool, to walk around the ship if you want to like just throw on something quickly, or to wear to the spa is just a great pair to have. You're going to want to have a good pair of walking shoes, like a good pair of sneakers is what I'm trying to say. First of all, depending on the ports you're going to, you're probably going to be doing a good amount of walking wherever you're going. You might go on a walking tour, you might go on a hike, you might just walk like 17,000 steps in a day, which I've definitely done before because I'm crazy. But whatever the case may be, you're going to want to have a pair of shoes that can take you the distance without being in pain. That's the key thing. You also want to make sure those shoes are broken in before you go on your trip, because you definitely don't want to ruin your trip by having blisters. That is the worst. Another reason why you really want to make sure to have a pair of closed-toed sneakers is depending on what kind of excursions you might do, they will require you to wear closed-toed shoes for that activity. For example, when I was in the Caribbean last January, we did an ATV excursion, and they do require you to wear closed-toed shoes for that, which I made the wrong decision because I had just gotten this pair of Nikes. That's what I wore, and it was so muddy. So think about that. If you're going to be doing one of those excursions, shoe choice that you bring, you may want to bring a pair of closed-toed shoes that you don't care if they get a little dirty. The last pair of shoes that you might want to bring is a pair of heels. I would not suggest bringing like a crazy pair of stilettos. You just never know how the rockiness of the seas are going to be when you're on the ship. I've been on cruise ships before where it's been so rocky, like you feel like you're drunk stumbling down the hallways because it's so turbulent. So maybe if you want to have a nicer pair of shoes, go for a lower block heel that's a little chunkier. That will give you a better balance, especially when things start getting a little crazy on the high seas. But you'll definitely want a pair of nicer shoes either way that you can wear for when you go out to dinner on the ship or for the more formal nights. Here's some general don'ts as far as wardrobe goes when you're on a cruise. The first one is not wear your pajamas outside your stateroom. Don't even do it to go to the buffet to get breakfast. I just think it's tacky. Put on some clothes and go get breakfast. If you don't want to get out of your pajamas, order room service to your room. It's really that simple. The only time you should be outside of your stateroom in your pajamas is if there is a specific pajama themed party on board the ship. For example, on Virgin, the first night of the ship, they always have a pajama party in the manor, or if the weather's nice, they do it on the top deck of the ship. So in that case, you might want to bring a really cute pair of pajamas, and you could also think ahead and order some matching pajamas for you and your group. We definitely did that last time, and it was a hit. The girls got matching pajamas, and the guys got different matching pajamas, and it just was so fun to like all match and look coordinated. Don't wear casual clothing out on the ship during formal night, because they will not let you into the dining and certain situations. The whole point of formal night is to encourage people to get dressed up. So if you're not gonna get dressed up, then you're gonna have to plan accordingly. Maybe just chill in your room, or find the places on board the ship that allow for you to go out that night and not be dressed. But you don't have to get crazy dressed up, but do your best. You know, they'll see that you put the effort, but definitely don't go walking around on those nights in your super casual clothes. This one should go without saying, but please do not pack t-shirts that have graphics or pictures on them that may be offensive to your fellow passengers. This means profanity or like graphic images or anything that's homophobic, sexist, racist. Have some consideration for the other people on the ship. Take other people into consideration and just leave those shirts, if you have them, at home. Don't bring them on your cruise. Although I hope if you're watching this video, you don't have any shirts like that, because that's concerning. Don't do it. Well, I hope this video helped you figure out some ideas and give you some inspiration on what to wear on a cruise. If you're wondering what you should pack for a cruise, like different items that you might want to have, I've made a whole video about that as well. I'll put that right here for you if you want to check that out next. Please subscribe if you're interested in seeing more fun travel videos from me. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it to be helpful. I'll see you guys over on this video, and if not, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!